Could you be my intro?
No.
With me?
No.
Why not? Well, yeah. Just say that.
Yeah.
What?
You do not want to say.
I gotta film this AskJT number 14.
Okay,
I don't have time for dessert.
I
I ain't got time for that, girl. Woman. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the AskJT. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the JTsuits YouTube channel, AskJT number 14. I'm gonna get right into this video. If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, leave them below #AskJT, and hopefully I'll get into it next. Hopefully I'll get to it next video. First question, C-Dog, what about the Air Force? What about the Air Force, bro? What about them? Alright, Ben McLean. Hey JT, what are your thoughts about the Navy changing how sailors aren't being addressed by their rating anymore? Now, you know, brother, guys, I have talked about this in multiple videos. The past couple, since this information came out about no more ratings, about us not going by AM2, by titles anymore.
So effective today, we will do away with rating titles.
Who can say where the road goes?
You know, all of us being seamen and petty officers, no more tradition. You know, me being part of a squadron from the aviation community, it hurts our tradition. You know, a lot. Now us being called seamen, we're all seamen. We're no longer airmen, firemen, you know, engine men. It's all just seamen. So, I guess we're all a family, a big happy family now.
Hello.
Question number 2 from Drew Edwards. Are all aircraft carriers the same, or does each one have unique features? Alright, so I was on 2 different aircraft carriers, CVN-72, CVN-73. They both got nuclear reactors, they both got the big old flight decks, and they were pretty much exactly the same. All the compartments, all the berthings, all the spaces were in the exact same spot, you know, on all the ships. There might just be different work centers in the compartments, but it's all the same layout. One carrier, you know, is the same as the other. If you're gonna go from the Lincoln to the George Washington, you're gonna know your way around regardless. This next question from C-Dog, again, my homie. Have you ever worked with Marines? And if so, can you tell me about your experience? Thanks, I love your vids. Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks, brother, for the nice comment. And about working with Marines, yes, I have worked with them twice. First time was in Pensacola. They were in my A school class with me. There was 2, like, E2 or E3 Marines. I forget, what are they called? Lance Corporals or Corporals? I'm pretty sure they were E3s. And then there was 2 sergeants in the Marines. They were all in my class with me while we were going through my aviation mechanic training in Pensacola. And then there were also some Marines in my C school class in Jacksonville. That was the first experience with them. You know, they were pretty cool. The junior Marines, they weren't the brightest. The old salty Marines, the sergeants, they knew their shit. They'd been in like 8 years. So they were pretty fucking, they were pretty good. But like I said, in Pensacola, the Marines are always fucking working out. So those guys were Jack Diesel, man. We don't work out as much in the Navy. We don't work out as much as the Marines in Pensacola. Also, my other time working with Marines was when I was on my 2nd deployment. It was during the tsunami, the big storm that happened in the Philippines. We were the first ship there on scene to provide support for the people in PI, and we used our aircraft carrier as kind of a leapfrog pad for the Marines Ospreys. So I worked with Marine pilots and Marine aircrew. I would direct in the Ospreys on the Spot 9 on the aircraft carrier. They would come in, they would fuel up, then they would go back and help them out from the disaster, whatever, you know, search and rescue. They were dropping off rice, water, food, anything. From my boy Tyler, he says, what is the head situation like in boot camp? When can you go and when can't you? Weird question, just wondering though. No, it wasn't a weird question. You know, honestly, I was the kind of same person when I was going into boot camp. I was wondering about all sorts of kinds of things. Now, going to the bathroom when you're in boot camp, going to the head, you know, it's pretty much, if you really have to go, they understand, you know. You know, we are grown-ass men and women, and you should be able to hold it, you know, for the most part, and go in an appropriate situation, you know. So if you're in the middle of training or instruction or a class or a test, you know, try to hold it. But if it's really an emergency, then yeah, you can go to the head. You can step out. You know, you don't have to raise your hand or anything. A lot of your training and stuff is going to be in the compartment. You're going to be sitting on the floor of the compartment, where you guys sleep, where all the bunks are. And you can pretty much just get up, you know, and go to the head whenever you want. Now there are some times when you're going to have to hold it. You know, if you really gotta go, you're kind of fucked because you do inspections, you know, uniform inspections. You have to stand at attention, and they go around the whole compartment and check each person. So yeah, you know, those 30 or 45 minutes, if something slips, if something happens, something comes out, and you're dressed whites, then it'll be a funny story to tell. Next question, Pure Kid 98765. How many different countries have you been to, and what was your favorite country? All right, I got you. I'll name them off right here. My first deployment, we went to Thailand. We went to Dubai twice. We went to Bahrain twice, and we went to Turkey, Anatolia, Turkey. Oh, and when I was in Thailand, I was in Pattaya Beach and Bangkok. And then my second deployment, actually, and then I lived in Japan. I lived in Atsugi, Japan for about 1.5 years. And then out of Japan, I was deployed. I did a 6-month deployment, and we went to Australia. We went to Singapore. We went to Hong Kong. We went to Korea. We helped out with the Philippines with the Operation Damian. The only pumpkin drink I will drink in the holidays. Drip 46, cheers, this is for you, buddy. Alright, my favorite country out of all of those countries was easily either, it's a toss-up between Brisbane, Australia, and Pattaya Beach, Thailand. Because let me tell you, if my fiance wasn't here, I would tell you guys some crazy stories about Thailand. Alright, so Thailand, though, Pattaya Beach, it was crazy because I was there. That was my very first port ever, my very first deployment ever, and I was 19. And the legal drinking age is 18. So you can only imagine, you know? So yeah, guys, if you have a chance to get there, go there. Crazy shit will go down. Alright, Arena Ackerman, what is your sketchiest lane splitting story? What advice would you have to give to first-time lane splitters? You know, it is very useful, especially where I live in LA. There is so much congestion, so much traffic, that is kind of just second nature to me now. Some things you want to look out for is, as you see when you're splitting lanes, if there's a really big truck, and then there's a little small car in front of that big truck, that small car can't see you in their mirrors until you know, they can't see you until you're right next to them. So just keep that in mind as you're coming up behind big trucks. Also, be cautious around big rigs, because especially when it's really windy, because those will fuck you up pretty good. Also, when you're lane splitting, watch out for those front set of tires on cars. Those will tell you, those will give you a little hint to when they're gonna move. Also, if a car is drifting closer and closer and closer to the middle of the lane or to the edge of the lane, they're probably getting ready to turn. So just be cautious of that, and be cautious of big gaps also. Big gaps where cars will dart in and out of when you're splitting lanes. So, alright guys, this is going to be wrapping up the video for today. Thank you so much for all the questions that you leave for AskJT. If you have any more that I haven't, if you have more questions that you want to see me answer, leave them below as always. Hashtag AskJT. Thank you so much for all the support on the road to 20K. Social media below as always. See you guys tomorrow. Good boy! What him?
What up, fam? I fell into a
What up, fam?
ring of fire. It went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns.